Hello everyone, this is JR. This is the second video in Unlearning a Toxic Art Education. Today I want to talk about the most ultimate common excuse that lecturers or figures of authority will use when they want to justify their toxic behavior. And the excuse will always be talking about the industry. It's like, oh, if you cannot handle me, if you cannot go through my education, if you cannot tolerate me, you will never make it in the industry. The industry is much worse than me. The industry will trample you. So if you cannot survive me, then don't bother being in the industry. There are many variants of the excuse, but mostly it's the same line. Or basically, you cannot endure me, you cannot endure the industry. Don't bother. You should go find a different line of work. You're not disciplined. You're not good enough, etc. Usually the lectures that say this are from toxic industrial environments themselves, which is another video that I'm going to make about. But from my side, my opinion, as I've said, I think it's an excuse, and it's a very bad excuse for unacceptable behavior by figures of authority when they are supposed to be nurturing you. This kind of a teaching style will work only for a small percentage of students to push them, and honestly majority of students, rightfully so, could not be bothered with it. I don't know if I'm being overly optimistic by saying this, but if the industry is also more toxic than that lecturer, then the industry should change. If the industry is generally like that, and it can be, then the industry itself, the creative industry itself, should change. The industry being what it is does not excuse unacceptable behavior by lecturers. You will very likely have a lecturer that's like that will eventually pull out this ultimate excuse, and yeah, it's up to you how you want to feel about that. I personally think it's an excuse and it's not acceptable. Let me know what you think. I once asked a ex-art lecturer who has left my school last time what they thought about this kind of thing, and they also thought it was more or less an excuse for bad behavior. Students do need to wake up their idea about how the industry is. It's of course going to be different from school. It's going to be harder and stuff, but the teachers that always use that excuse of, oh, if you cannot survive me, you cannot make it in the industry, they're always about themselves. You know, they always use the word me. They do not use the word, you know, the system or the school. They will say, oh, me. And it's always these same educators that are always about like, oh, I'm brutally honest. I'm always very brutally honest about my feedback and stuff. Like they are like very proud of like being able to teach you a lesson, but they're scarring you as they do it. They're very proud about that. I have another video about that coming out soon. And also another video about how like they went through the industry and they have all this baggage from how bad it was. They come out, then they come and teach, and then they go like, oh yeah, this is how, you know, this is how the industry is. And if the industry really is that way and it's so bad and stuff, and I think some aspect of it definitely is, but that doesn't excuse the behavior. It is the industry that should change, not, you know, not perpetuate this toxic cycle over and over again from a bad art education to a bad art, you know, industry job. So yeah, that's how I feel about this kind of thing. Whenever like lecturer says, you know, this kind of thing is such a red flag for me. Let me know what you think. Please like and subscribe. I know I'm supposed to ask you to press that bell button or whatever. Press it please, yes. And I'll see you in the next one.